Hello, I'm Olga, and I'm 31 years old. I have ME/CFS. This is a PSA of sorts, and actually take 3 of this video as I mistakenly erased the other 2. Nothing here is staged. I don't know how much you can see of the background, but I'm in bed, which is where I spend up to 100% of my life. The music you hear in the background is just regular New Age music that I listen to because it helps me find my peace and tranquility where there is none. What was my life like before I crashed? Technically, though diagnosed with ME/CFS in September of 2012, the crash happened in July of 2013. At the end of June of 2013, I finished my master's, my MBA in management, which I'm very proud of, and I wouldn't change that for anything. But I think that last year, the stress and exertion of how hard it was expedited the crash. Before all of this insanity, I was a typical adult. I had goals, I had dreams, I had plans. I decided to switch careers. I did the corporate thing, it wasn't for me. I decided to become a college professor and teach ethics and leadership and writing. And had plans to start my doctorate, my PhD, in January of 2014. I had to push that back indefinitely because I can't do anything. I loved so much. I was, and I guess still am in a way, an extrovert. I sang, I danced. I'm a certified scuba diver. I love to travel the world. Hell, I was even born in a different country years ago. So much. I had so many ideas, so many plans, so much I wanted to do. And now I can't do any of it. I'm stuck because of this illness. Since crashing, ME/CFS, the ME part anyways, stands for something I can never pronounce. CFS stands for chronic fatigue syndrome. And my symptoms include insomnia, vertigo, short-term memory loss, which is why I wrote absolutely everything I'm talking about here in a notebook, because I will forget something. Just given. Body tremors that make me look like I'm an epileptic. And the worst is the exhaustion. Imagine, for those of you who have never heard of ME/CFS or have never been around a chronically ill person, imagine waking up in the morning with your pulse racing when you haven't done anything. Imagine needing to go to the bathroom and crawling on your hands and knees because you do not have enough energy to walk. Imagine having someone help you take a shower because you can't do it yourself and you have to do it sitting down. Imagine needing fresh air and having to be in a wheelchair and have your own mother push you around the street. Imagine what that feels like at 31. Imagine time not stopping for you, for anyone. There is 1 million of us in the United States alone with ME/CFS, without a cure, without proper treatment. There's a ton of specialists, but not enough money, not enough grants. I really hope this message gets all the way up to Washington, and the DEA or the FDA or the CDC or whoever the heck is in charge of illnesses. It is time for you to recognize ME/CFS as an illness, a chronic illness, not just a symptom of Lyme disease or MS or some other BS. Not saying that Lyme is BS, but stop thinking that it's in our heads, because it's not. I am physically ill. I am 31 years old. I should be doing what my friends are doing. I should be getting married. I should have kids. I should get my career. I should be doing my doctorate. I should be able to go out on a Friday night and dance for hours. But I can't. I can't even read a book because I have cobwebs in my head. It's like bat radar. Everything bounces off the skull. I am not mentally ill. But you know something? These illnesses can make us have mental issues. I do have depression. I do have anxiety. Granted, that goes back to my teen years. But this illness has to do with stress. And stress kills. And I don't want to become another statistic. And neither do the folks out there. That's the common misconception. That ME/CFS is because you're crazy. And you're not. We are not crazy. Hell, ME/CFS goes back 30 some odd years. Hell, it was featured on the Golden Girls. Dorothy had it. A big popular show. And you would think that something like this would get the public's reaction. We just had the ALS bucket challenge. And I have absolutely nothing against people finding a cure for ALS. I lost my own great aunt and my guardian angel to ALS, and it's a very important thing to find a cure for. I agree. And even I did the ice bucket challenge on a good day. But here's the stats, folks. Let's open our eyes wide and look at reality. 23,000 people or 34,000 people in America have ALS. 1 million plus people have ME/CFS. Where is our challenge? Where's our donations? Where is Hollywood when we need them? Wake up, please. Sorry, just try to calm down. The best way to explain ME to people is through this link. Trying to make sure it's visible for you guys. This is the best way to make you understand. This link is attached to a 7-minute video. In layman's terms, it tells you basically what I have to deal with on a daily basis. So here it is again. I've been to every doctor known to man, every ologist. Every test has been done on me. Blood tests up the wazoo. Everything. Spinal tap, which got jacked and went wrong. I had spinal headaches. I needed a blood patch. I had to get a shot that was the most painful shot on the planet because people thought I had Lyme disease. I've seen specialists all over the place. My mother has spoken to specialists in other countries like England and Israel and Prague. Well, Prague's not a country, but Czech Republic. And Belarus and Russia. Belarus is technically where I'm from. But everybody knows something is there. And they just don't have enough funds to treat it. On top of everything else, we have to deal with doctors that make us believe and think that we're nuts. I just recently saw a doctor who didn't even shake my hand when I walked into her office. It was my first appointment. And she treated me like I was an insane person, like I had cooties. She was rude to my mother. Listen, and I really hope this person sees this video, but just because you have MD stitched into your lab coat does not make you better than other people. Just because I have state insurance and I don't have Aetna or Blue Cross and Blue Shield does not make me a second-class citizen. You treat every single patient with respect, and if you can't, get another job. It is not right. We are not freaks. We are not crazy. We deserve respect just like any other patient. Besides, when I get my PhD, then we can compare brain pans and see who's smarter. I've had to lose a lot of people through this illness. I've lost friends. I've disowned relatives. Because people just don't get it. They don't want to get it. When their lives are going great, when they have careers and boyfriends or girlfriends or significant others, they're married, they're having kids, who needs a chronically ill negative person around? Even one who tries to be positive. They don't. And it's sad, because this illness can happen to anyone at any time. And you will never know when it'll happen to you. So be very careful which bridges you burn. And which friends who've been there for you, you drop. Because you just have a limit on caring. But I got lucky. On Facebook, there's a bunch of support groups for invisible illnesses and ME/CFS and just CFS, and I found some amazing women, two of which I consider blood, even though they're really not. Joyce and Lisa. I love them with all my heart and all my soul. Because this last year, other than my mother, who's my best friend, my rock, the only reason I'm still here, alive, those two women are also the only reasons I'm still alive. They care about me for me. They are also ill, chronically ill, with other illnesses on top of ME/CFS. They don't treat me like, because I'm having a bad day, I'm a bad person or I'm a nutcase, or I shouldn't be spoken to, like I don't deserve it. They treat me with respect, just like I treat them. And they will always and forever be my froggy sisters. And that's a long story. So what do I do today? On days like this, when I'm in bed, with the dog on the rug, listening to New Age music, currently Yanni, actually. I write. I'm a writer. That's one thing that has not been taken away from me. Because I'm able to write online. I can be on the computer in bed. And I write poetry about my illness. And I write fan fiction. And everything goes on Wattpad. I have 2 accounts there. And I write poetry, like I said, about my illness, and I share it with other people. Just like I plan to share this video with everybody I know, because I really want it to go viral. I want it to get to Washington. I want people to see that this is reality. So I write, because I hope my writing helps someone. And when I do write fan fiction, for just a few hours I get to be someone else. I'm not ill. I get to be some character, some fantastic character in a story. Because right now, that's the only thing I can be that will make me whole. So please, please, as cheesy as this looks, I'm begging, I really am. Help us find a cure. Help us get our lives back. Help us get better. Make doctors understand that we're not crazy, that this exists. Let the world know that America, that the CDC acknowledges that ME/CFS is an actual chronic illness, that it's not a symptom, that it needs grants and money, and that people need to live. Please help me get my life back. Help 1 million people plus get their lives back. I just want to be a normal person again. I just want to have a life. I want to live. Please. Please. Help me live. Help me get better. Help all of us get better. Thank you for your time.